Did I read that incorrectly? It looked like Buzz Albert was summoning the teams off, but
I think it's a manager discussion here. So what are you going to do?
The Barnstormers are staying out. This is an official game. This would be an official game.
Geez.
Now the team, this doesn't affect the Barnstormers necessarily all that much if play comes to an end tonight.
Yeah,
Mauro Gazzo out there, he's going to plead his case. He wants this game done.
I get it.
But the team that ultimately this would hurt, shortening things here tonight, is High Point, because High Point's a half game behind Gastonia in a heated race in the south between those two rivals. The Honey Hunters up 9-7 through 6 innings here. High Point, last we checked, up 9-0 tonight. And it looks like it may stay at a half a game. So Ross Peoples out there, I would think he might want to keep this game going. And it's going to be discussed. 9-7. Trayvon Robinson, Jason Coca, Melvin Mercedes discussing the future of this game perhaps in the outfield. The Barnstormers are certainly not giving up the field right now. They sense still a comeback opportunity tonight.
It's a long discussion.
It is a very long discussion. And the rest of the Barnstormers out in front of the dugout, they want a chance to keep this game going. And you're behind, but not by a lot. You're going to want to play this game. And Buzz Albert now apparently getting some guff from the Barnstormers dugout for calling the teams off the field. If it's still 8-1 as it was going into the bottom half of the fourth inning, it's an easy decision. Ross does not appear happy. Tyler Cunningham, I believe the name is, of our groundskeeper, he is having a discussion with Buzz Albert also, saying he can get this field ready.
The funny part is the rain is not nearly what it was, looking from our vantage point, but the longer you just stand here, the worse it's going to get.
Technically, the game is in the hands of the umpiring crew, and specifically the crew chief, which I think to be Buzz Albert. But Mike Reynolds, he's going to take up the case for his ball club. Ross is wanting to play this, and the fans are getting into the chant. The fans are chanting here.
And he's worked this. He's worked it into this, where now you have a stadium of people, not a ton, but a stadium of people who are against you. And if you play now you got momentum on the home team side.
It's actually somewhat surreal. Buzz Albert and Mike Reynolds continuing to have the discussion, and the Barnstormers getting the crowd, what's left of it, behind them, chanting, "Let's play ball."
And my gripe is that it's taken 20 minutes.
Cole Aker will stay ready.
And that's the other thing. Tell him what's going on so that he doesn't have to go throw any pitches. So that he's not out there thinking, I don't know what's going on. Nobody's telling me.
So we have a rain delay, or do we?
We do. He's made it a rain delay, but do we have a game? He sat there and decided to create a rain delay. This is the actual definition of a human rain delay. When you talk about a guy who's a slow pitcher, this is a human rain delay.
And Ross getting animated. When Ross's hands start going, he won't say anything unkind, but that's when you know he's a little bit disturbed by a decision.
You don't need a clock. You took 10 minutes.
And Ross, I think, tells Aker to, he's talking to the umpires again. Aker simply doesn't know what to do.
I think that would be the vast majority of us are not sure what to do here. The longer, and it's funny now, the longer you take, the better the conditions are actually getting.
Barnstormers obviously intent on keeping this game going. The Gastonia Honey Hunters thinking about tomorrow, thinking about saving their staff, thinking about the fact that they're a half game up on High Point and would like this W over in 6 innings.
This is the best weather we've had all night now. I'm at a loss for words, Dave. It doesn't happen often, but I'm at a loss for words.
we're still having a discussion. Are the umpires are checking out the field. If they walk off, I think we're done. But they're not. It's a moment of indecision.
But how long does it take to be undecided? Holy,
and now we've decided to play.
This is unbelievable.
It's been overturned. And we thought Pete Andrelzik was the only budding attorney in the crowd.
This is unreal. That's
It's been overturned.
I've never seen that.
I'm wondering.
Are you looking for an ejection now? Do you
No.
think he's going to go?
No.
Okay.
I'm not looking for an ejection.
All right.
I'm looking for a protest.
Okay.
Because this is a situation in theory where you could. So they have brought the team back onto the field and asked for the field to be repaired. And Mauro Gazzo has come out and said, you can't do that.
Did he not make a call?
He called the teams off the field, and then the Barnstormers asked him to reconsider. And
I think
after discussion for many minutes,
that's the problem.
It got overturned.
Is he allowed a discussion to happen? You have to just make the decision. But you're right. I think for the amount of time that he sat there, and you actually let the weather get better.
But you got Gastonia in the midst of a very hot race in the north. 63 games in the half. The Honey Hunters 32-14 coming in. High Point 32-15. And could you imagine the race hinging on this?
Yeah, on 15 minutes.
I've been through many rain delays, crazy conditions, tarp pulls. Manea, as much as anyone, knows how bad the conditions are with that throw that I still can't believe I actually saw back in the 5th inning, allowing the Barnstormers to score a couple of runs. He was simply trying to complete a double play at first, and the ball sailed all the way into the stands down the right field line. And we see that it's still raining, not as heavily as it has been at points here tonight. We certainly thought that this game was being called after 6 innings, and the Barnstormers said, how can you call it now? It's no worse than it's been the entire night. They waited for the bottom of the 6th to be finished, and then they were going to call a game, call the teams off the field. The Barnstormers said, but wait a minute, and after discussion for 10-15 minutes with the rain continuing to descend upon the ballpark, the teams were brought back onto the field. So was the grounds crew. Some more of the drying agent.
But it's funny, those 15 minutes was the best weather we've had. Now it started to pick up a bit.
Steven Sensley is in to lead off the 7th inning for Gastonia. Sensley has walked twice, been hit by a pitch. Ground ball left side. Going for it is Cordero. They'll get the out at second. Coca back to first, throws it away. It's backed up by Conley, so Gonzalez safe at first on the fielder's choice. Good play just to get one.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much of a chance to turn the double play. Ball hit fairly slowly. Coca with the turn, didn't completely follow through on the throw. And now Gonzalez is walking off the field. Did he get hurt? And now they're going to bring the teams off the field again.
Goodness gracious.
Buzz said, is that enough? And here we go again. And now here we go all over again.
Well,
I do believe we're done for the night, but I may be wrong.
Are they just getting away to talk? But
they're headed off the field. So in theory, we have to wait a half an hour before the game is officially called, but how are the conditions going to get any better? As I said, this is not like you could have a storm blow through. Ross Peoples is not in the least bit happy. You see Trace Lair getting into it. Mike Adams is there. And the Barnstormers are going to want to plead their case. And boy, is Trace really getting into it with the umpiring crew. And he's not even on the active roster.
I mean,
all I know
he
is
pulled
Pedro
up, but, like,
Gonzalez pulled up and came walking back toward the dugout, limping. We go into a rain delay, but I don't know how conditions will get any better here tonight. The last time we saw Ross Peoples and the umpires down by that gate, a shoe had been thrown a year ago. But Ross is not happy. After 2 batters, they pull the teams off the field again. This whole sequence of events has been mystifying. So we're going to, for a moment, go to a break, and we'll see if we can sort this out when we come back. 9-7 Gastonia might be over, might not be over. We're kept in the dark here.